What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and this is my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge review 3 months later. So a lot of you will know that I've been using this as my daily driver since it was released, and there's some good reasons for that. What are those? Well, let's find out. First up, let me just say that this has the best display on any smartphone out there in my opinion. The 5.5-inch Super AMOLED Quad HD screen is bright, super sharp, vibrant with great viewing angles. The deep blacks of AMOLED mean you get nice contrast, and there's also the option of an always on display without taking up too much battery life as the black pixels are not being lit. The always on display can be useful displaying the time and some notifications like missed calls or texts. You can also get your calendar or an image displayed there too, but unfortunately it doesn't actually show any notifications from apps, which for me meant switching it off altogether. I do hope that Samsung update the always on feature so that it actually displays more useful information like the LG G5 does. However, it's been 3 months and we have yet to see a real update on this, so I wouldn't hold my breath. Another thing about this display that can't be ignored is that edge. The screen beautifully curves over both sides, making the S7 Edge stand out from the competition. And I think most will agree that this is definitely one of the best looking devices out there. The Edge does stop there for me. It looks super sexy, however in the way of functionality, although some may find it useful, I just switched off the Edge features after a few weeks. You can have shortcuts to your favorite apps, contacts, and even tasks, which is definitely an improvement over last year, but I didn't find myself using any of these. The design of this device doesn't stop at the edge. You have a great look and feel all around. The solid metal frame looks slick and feels premium, and the glass panels on the front and back look very elegant too. You will find that it's a little slippery in the hand and attracts lots of fingerprints, so I definitely recommend picking up a skin from our channel partner Dbrand. I have the titanium skin on here, which is my personal favourite, but there's a huge selection on their website which I'll leave a link to in the description below. Now, despite the premium build, Samsung have managed to make this water and dust resistant, which is absolutely awesome. I've spilt stuff on this before and then just gone ahead and washed it under the tap with no issues, and for me this has been a big plus. One compromise that you do have because of the waterproofing is the single bottom facing speaker, which is okay but not as good as the competition. Now let's talk about my favorite thing on this phone, and that's the camera. Samsung are known for some great smartphone cameras, but this year they have absolutely smashed it. You have a slight dip in megapixels compared to last year, now down to 12 megapixels, but the images it takes are absolutely beautiful in all conditions. The larger pixel size and optical image stabilization means a good performance in the low light situations too, and the dual pixel autofocus is the fastest autofocus on any smartphone camera out there. Some may find the colors a little bit on the saturated side, and there is some software sharpening going on here, but the consistent results you get with this make it the smartphone camera to beat in 2016. I've compared it to pretty much every other flagship this year. I'll link to that playlist in the cards, and as you'll see, it's performed exceptionally well. The double press home button to launch the camera is still here, allowing the fastest camera launch out there, meaning you'll never miss a shot. And the 4K video with manual controls produces some great quality video. I could go on and on about this camera, and I absolutely love it, and you'll see that most experts in the area will agree. The selfie camera doesn't disappoint either, with a nice wide angle lens which is great for group selfies, and as the rear facing camera produces consistently good results every time. Speaking of performance, you guys know the specs. I have the Exynos version here and it's been great. Fast, snappy, without any real lag. I've had some occasional app crashes but nothing major. I don't think you'll have any problems with the performance of this device. It's running Android Marshmallow with Samsung's TouchWiz skin on top, and I know some of you hate software skins, and yes, having a stock Android option would have been nice, but I didn't mind TouchWiz too much this year. They have toned it down compared to previous years and it's not as cartoony as it used to be. But one thing I know will be an issue is updates. Based on previous devices, Samsung don't have the best track record of providing the latest Android updates quickly, so you will have to wait a few months before getting the latest version of Android as and when it's out. And if updates are super important to you, then you may want to consider a Nexus. What's been great for me this year is the addition of the SD card slot, which was missing in last year's S6. You have 32GB as a base anyway, which is pretty good, unlike some other manufacturers which are still starting at 16GB, Apple. But with the amount of pictures we all take these days, it's so useful to have that option of expandability. We still have a great fingerprint scanner on the home button, which is a little improved to last year and works well overall. I would recommend giving it a clean now and then just to make sure it performs well over time. and I do wish that you could use it to log into apps such as PayPal, but this functionality isn't available as yet, and neither is Samsung Pay here in the UK. Now let's talk about the battery. We have 3600 milliamps an hour, and it's been good overall. When I initially got this, I was super impressed, getting around 5 to 6 hours of on-screen time, but after a few updates I'm now looking at more around 4 to 5 hours, which is enough to get me through the day, and I don't think most people will have a problem getting through the day either. If you are a heavy user however, there is fast charging which will get you a full charge in just over 1.5 hours. And there's also fast wireless charging, both are very useful features. Now before we conclude, a thanks to our sponsor VideoBlocks for making this video possible. All the new graphics and effects in this video were made from their unlimited library of stock video, motion backgrounds and After Effects templates, which can help you enhance your video projects. There's so much to choose from, and the templates are super easy to customize to fit your style. Click the 7-day free trial link in the description below, or go to videoblocks.com/YouTube. That will give you access to 140 pieces of content, but I'm pretty sure that you will continue on with their membership. So there we have it, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. A lot of people are already calling this the best smartphone of 2016, and I would have to agree. Samsung have done really well to tick all of the boxes this year, and I will be using this as my daily driver for the coming months until something better comes along. What do you think of the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge? Do drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe. I've got plenty more tech content coming up on here. I'll also link some of my previous Samsung Galaxy S7 videos here in the cards, so definitely do go ahead and check those out. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.